What can you say or do to give you the best chances of going from first impression to first date? Is there anything you can do that's not just having good genes to be extraordinary, beautiful, or handsome? What is the social relations model and how can it help you? Psychology seeks to answer these questions, and it all begins right now. Published on November 2nd, 2022, Alexander Baxter and colleagues conducted 3 studies in which they analyzed first impressions of people on speed dates. Data from 550 participants was collected, and all participants were students attending Northwestern University. Most events involved heterosexual speed dating, whereas one event was all men. These studies were done in a round-robin style in which everyone at the event had a 4-minute speed date with everyone else at the event. After each speed date, participants filled out a brief survey with Likert scales to measure a bunch of things, including how much the participant was physically attracted to their date, how much they wanted to get to know them better, and what they thought the other person thinks of them. At the end of all of the speed dates, participants were given a link to a website within 24 hours to determine if they'd like to see this person again. In a sort of Tinder or dating app style, if both people said yes to each other, they were given an online messaging system in which they could continue further contact. And then in the most random turn of events, the 3rd study that was conducted was very similar to the first 2, except it was done at an anime convention called Anime North. Now, the researchers of this study were using what is called the social relations model and tried to see if any of the 3 pieces of this model could be used to predict later relationship status after a first impression. The first part of this model that the researchers looked for and measured is known as the actor or perceiver effect. This is your average desire toward all the people in your dating pool combined. The second part of this model that researchers looked at is known as the partner or target effect, the average desirability of how much everyone else wants that one person. The last piece of this model the researchers looked at is the relationship effect, your unique desire for the other person. The results of this study showed that only the partner effect with an R value of 0.22 and the relationship effect with an R value of 0.15 were the best predictors of later romantic outcomes. Meaning, if you want to take someone from first impression to first date, 2 things you should focus on is being desirable, or at least appearing to be desirable, and the second thing is to either be unique yourself and or take interest in what makes the other person unique. Let's say you're put in a situation where you're going to be making first impressions with people that you're potentially going to want to be in a relationship with. If you're of the legal age, maybe this is at a bar. If you're a dude trying to make the most impactful first impression on the ladies that you can, based on this research, I would roll up to the bar or wherever you're going with a few lady friends of your own to send almost subliminal signals to the other ladies in the area that you are, or at least appear to be, someone that women desire. To take advantage of the second tip, I would come prepared with a mental list of things that make you unique, and when you're conversing with the person of interest, try to see if you can find any matches and anything you guys both enjoy that's super niche. At the very least, you should ask questions to figure out what makes them unique and then take a genuine interest in that uniqueness. This can be a little tricky because you don't want your first impression to be an interrogation where you're just asking them questions, digging for something super unique about them. However, I will caution you against one thing. This research didn't explore these effects between 2 people who already have a platonic relationship, so if you're trying to use these tips to get out of the friend zone, results may vary. Anyway, let me know what you thought of this study in the comments below. And hey, this is a brand new channel, so I really appreciate the people who take 2 seconds out of their day to hit the like button. And if you did enjoy the video, consider subscribing. It's completely free and you can always unsubscribe. As always, the APA citation as well as the link to the original research is in the description below, and I will see you tomorrow.